What is going on, everyone? Eagles up 24-7 at the break. Talking reaction, top takeaways, second half adjustments. Joining us, he is Shane Haff at Shane Haff NFL on X. What's up, Shane?
What's up, Deibs? Fun first half, right? After that first offensive possession, but fun first half.
It was a little uneasy, at least first couple of series on offense. The Eagles offense really did nothing at the start of the first quarter. Didn't really get their first down with like 11 minutes remaining in the second. But we got to lead off with Kenny Pickett here. 9 of 14, 133 yards, a touchdown. He did get a touchdown on the ground. Started off slow. They had back-to-back 3-and-outs. The offense, they even had a wildcat. Some, including myself, I'll say it as it is. I thought Tanner McKee maybe should be warming up for the second half, but here we are. He finished the half strong, had a nice throw to Devontae for the touchdown, had another throw for 49 yards to Devontae that almost was another touchdown. Quick thoughts on Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, it started slow. It's never ideal when you come out and you're like, hey, we've got a backup quarterback. We need to make things easy, and you get a false start penalty before your first offensive play. So they didn't help themselves out early in the game, unable to get a first down running on that second drive. But Pickett is at his best throwing out routes and go balls, I think. And he doesn't have a great arm, but when Andrew Booth is the defensive back, you don't have to have a great arm because you generally have like 6 yards of separation. But, I thought he did a good job throwing some anticipatory out routes. The first touchdown to Devontae Smith, he did a really nice job climbing the pocket. And I can say this because it's on a video and not on Twitter where people will take it out of context, but that's an area that Jalen Hurts needs to grow. Like you want to see Jalen Hurts doing what Pickett did on that play where he steps up into that collapsing pocket off of the blitz. A lot of times you see Hurts fade out of those. So that was a really nice play, a nice ball downfield. Granted, Devontae Smith was wide open. But overall, I think Pickett's been pretty solid after that initial rough start. So what were your thoughts on Pickett?
I'm still not a fan. I'll be honest. I feel like my take is not about Kenny Pickett. I always cheat on these things. My take is it's just stupid. The Eagles haven't developed a quarterback with similar skill sets to Jalen Hurts. Like I don't know why that's not the case. Saquon, Barkley, Jalen Hurts, they do so much damage together. Because the edge defender, the linebackers have to read and react and stay disciplined. They're such a cheat code. They are the best 1-2 punch in the NFL. But with Kenny Pickett, like the whole section of the offense is basically gone. I thought it was a solid B from Kenny Pickett. He's the definition of he's doing enough, and I'm fine with that. Is that a fair take?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's been spectacular. He's been better than I would have expected, coming into the game, because I certainly had pretty low expectations. I don't generally like Pickett a lot as a player, but I think he's done what you needed him to do today. And again, Andrew Booth being in the opposing defensive backfield never hurts.
It's when I'm watching this game and you can see the zero respect Cowboys defensive backs have for Kenny Pickett's arm and his leg, because you just see the safeties creep up at the line of scrimmage into the box every single snap, and it just takes out Saquon Barkley. I think the lesson learned here through 6 quarters without Jalen Hurts is just how much Jalen Hurts means for the Eagles' run game. And let's go into that. Saquon Barkley, 13 carries, 40 yards. Quick thoughts on Barkley.
Get him off the field. like you're now up 3 scores, and I just wouldn't play him in the second half unless it gets back to like a 1-score game, to be honest. I think it's unfortunate. I don't think Barkley cares that much about the record, because we saw him, take himself out of games when given the opportunity early in the season to chase personal records. At this point, I would give Kenny Gainwell a lot of carries in the second half and just punt that record and get Barkley rested up for the postseason. But there's not much room to run. He's made some good moves to do very limited things so far in the game, but there's just not much room, and there's not going to be, as you would expect. Again, playing against a backup quarterback, teams are going to stack that box.
Yeah. And again, this is one of the worst run defenses in football, and they're still not getting much on the ground. It just shows you how much of, the NFL is a numbers game, man. The Eagles offense really struggling to get those advantages. Going to receiving, Devontae, amazing first half, 3 receptions for 76 yards, almost 2 touchdowns. My man, Grant Calcaterra, who we ripped.
Deibs, breaking news.
What's that?
The Giants return the opening of the second half kickoff for a touchdown, so they have a 2-score lead on the Colts again.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I just saw that pop up. That's crazy. Sorry, go. Yeah, that Calcaterra catch was incredible. That was, that's the best catch Calcaterra's made in his career, right? Yeah, I don't recall any other spectacular catch. He's a solid receiver, but that one was a huge catch. Yeah. And then, after that, it's pretty much been a find Andrew Booth and throw the football at him. And Deibs, I don't think you or I have ever been more wrong about a player in the draft than we were about Andrew Booth. I just looked it up. He was 16 overall on my board. No. He was 9th overall on your board. And I don't think either one of us have ever been more wrong about a player. I couldn't be happier he plays for the Cowboys.
Absolutely. All right. We're at the part of the season where guys like EJ Jenkins are getting targets. Why, Shane? EJ freaking Jenkins. I don't get it. But anyway, we're already 7 minutes in. Let's skim to the defense. Obviously, the defense has been terrific. They looked a little gassed on those first 2 series, but really, it's all about the takeaways, and it's all about C.J. Gardner-Johnson just being a trash teammate and stealing a goddamn interception from my man Quinyon Mitchell. Come on, just share the wealth for once. Come on, CJ. Ridiculous. What are your thoughts on the defense?
Maybe Chauncey Gardner-Johnson just wanted to make sure that ball got caught, because we've seen easier passes hit Quinyon Mitchell in the hands. But no, that's funny. I'll believe Quinyon's going to get a pick when it happens, because it feels like he either drops it or has the worst luck with stuff like that. But big game for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think he leads the NFL in interceptions now. I would love to know, and I have no clue, but I'd be interested to know what the stats are on what defenses do on the drive after getting a defensive touchdown. Because you go out there and you play 7 plays and get a pick 6, and you're right back on the field for another drive. And of course, Dallas goes down for the touchdown. And I'm curious if that happens frequently, because you basically play in back-to-back possessions. But good contributions. Oren Burks forcing a fumble. You love to see that. Jordan Davis just one arm wrestled that ball away, because Dallas definitely was on that first. But last week they forced 5 turnovers and just couldn't put points up. This week they're forcing turnovers and they're putting points up off of them. Yep.
Moro Jomo had a nice pressure up the middle to get a tackle for a loss by Oren Burks. Oren Burks filling in for Nakobe Dean, and just to kind of go to the Dallas rushing side, 16 carries for 59 yards. Not much from the Cowboys rushing attack. Outside of that, Darius Slay and Quinyon Mitchell have been targeted pretty heavily in the first half. Quinyon, is he hitting the rookie wall? My take is all corners get beaten. It just happens. But he's looked just a half a step behind. What's your thoughts on Q? This is the most targets I feel like we've seen go his way all season.
Yeah, gives up the first touchdown last week. He definitely has been got a couple of times in this game. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't think he's played bad today. He had one that was kind of a jump ball that he got, that fade. You'd like to see him break that up, but he's right there. You're where you need to be, and sometimes it's not going to go your way. So I'm not concerned about Q, but he definitely hasn't played as well the last 6 quarters of football.
Yep. Just feels great to have C.J. Gardner-Johnson back on this defense. I mean, the gap between CJ, GJ, and Tristan McCollum might be as big of a gap between Tristan McCollum and myself. It's just night and day how, like, talent-wise it is on the football field. My man Noom says Q got beat on some solid throws. I think the coverage has been fine. It's just the pass, and the catch have been just a little bit better. Second half adjustment, Shane. Where do we go from here?
Take Saquon Barkley out of the game. Like, the Eagles get the ball first. Maybe you leave him in for the first drive, go score a touchdown, and then get him off the field. That's basically it for me. I want you to be healthy. You're going to clinch the division. I guess you can rest guys next week too, but let's just get out of this game healthy now.
Yeah. Win more on the first downs. I've been tracked. First downs were difficult for the Eagles and their defense last week. The numbers are skewed big time because the 15-yard run at the end of the first half by Saquon and the 49-yard pass to Devontae at the end of the first half were both on first downs. But Eagles on first down, 10 plays for 82 yards. And then for the Cowboys offense, 15 plays for 66 yards. They do have a fumble and that one near interception on that batted pass to Nolan Smith. So we are going to head out of here. Guys, he is Shane Haff, at Shane Haff NFL on X. I am Deibs, Mr. Crockpot. We'll be back for a post-game, breaking it all down even further. For Shane, for myself, stay awesome. Everyone, go Birds.